Okay, very quickly I'm going to demonstrate using one of the softwares we discussed in the class in modeling this tool on the screen. This is actually the head of the tab. Okay, and we're going to go about it using various tools. One of the things I want us to learn in this drawing is how to call up the tools, where to locate it, and when to use it. I've explained this time and time again. The best way to learn this program is to apply it in certain real life situation as we're having now. So very quickly I'm going to go into the solution just by following 8 steps. Okay, now we have different ways of going about the drawing. That depends on the draftsman. Everybody have his own style of doing things, but then I will achieve this using 8 steps I'm going to explain now. Very easy. Now I'm going to work, I'm going to do the work based on dimensions. I will be calling it up as I progress in the drawing. So it's actually dimensioned. Very important. Okay, the first thing I want to come up. Now initially it may look as though I do something different, but then at the end of the day we're going to achieve this. Why that long protocol is just for teaching purpose on how to go about. Now, very brief, I'm going to limit my work just on draw and modify panel, which I found in tab, home tab, and I've explained to us why home tab is one of the most important tab in AutoCAD. Alright, very quickly, I'm going to need fresh environment. Okay, where I want to start it. The first thing I will do, I will draw. I want to get the top. I'm going to start with this. This is the first stage. I hope you can see the mouse. Then after this, I'm going to get this place. After then, I get this place, and after then, I'll get the down part of it. Then apply the curve, as you can see. So once again, I'm going to go about the drawing in 4 different stages, getting the handle, the horizontal handle, then the vertical part, and getting this, and then the entire curve. Very easy. The first step, take up a rectangle, specify the dimension. I'm going to use 140. Now mind you, I'm working with millimeters. I've explained the unit setting and the rest of them from the initial stage of the course, so you can go here and check it out. Now I'm going to use dimension 140 against 20. That is my choice. Okay, and I have this. Alright, then the second step is to put up diagonal. I want to get the exact point where sorry, I'm coming. Okay, the next one is to get the exact point where the 2 diagonal intersect. Okay, that is what I've gotten now. Then the next step is to trim the unwanted part, because the actual aim is to get the exit point where the okay, before then I can insert a circle. Sorry. Now if there's any form of mistake, very easy. What do? You apply, undo. You can see it's back now. So I want to insert circle of 10 mm diameter, as you can see. Then I can now trim it. That's the next step. I trim this, get this off, and get this off. I'm trying to achieve something and get this off, and this, and this, and this. Then I can remove this, and I can remove this. Then I've gotten this shape for now. Then the next is to put something like rough edges at the top. See how I went about doing it. Okay, I just went about doing stuff like this. I want to achieve something like a rough surface at the top. That's what I'm doing. Then to make it neater, get rid of this way, and this, and this, and this. Now I want to duplicate it in the other side. Very easy. I can mirror it. Now, as I've told you, the best way to learn is to apply it in real life now. Then it asks me specify. I want to mirror this. What does it mean to mirror? To replicate the same thing in the other side. Now, if I say no, reproduce it, then I will now trim the rest. Just to get and just to get. Alright, I can decide to put another rough edge at this place now. Then just to make it a bit uniform. Okay. I'm in mirror command. Mirror it. I do that by selecting this to this, and I say mirror. This is my mirror. Specify here and against this place, and I say no. It's gotten the same thing. Then I can now remove this circle. So that is how to get the top part. Okay, the next step is to add the edges, the curved edges at the various corners of the handle. As you can see, if you look at this place, it's sharp, but then it's supposed to be curved from the diagram. Let's go back to the original. You can see it's curved. Okay. So how do you get about achieving this edge? Very quickly, you can apply what we call fillets. Now I've explained to you that all the tools under modify, they are more or less very kind of tool, because they are doing tools. You can move, you can copy, you can chamfer, you can cut, you can extend, you can trim and scale and all that. So every tool in the panel, once again, this is the modify panel, which is under home tab. I've explained this time and time again. Now I want to get the curve at this place. So how do you go about it? By going to the modify and select fillet. See the fillet here. Pick it up. Then you don't just click. You specify what I call the radius. Okay. From our work, the radius is considered to be I think 10. Yeah. Okay, let's give it 10 and see what happens. Let's give it 10. Okay, now add to select. You can see the curve here. Okay, you repeat again, and that is this, and that is it. So you get it now. So that is what it's doing for now. That's how to put the curve at the edge. Very quickly, the next step is to get the vertical part of the handle. Now, at the initial stage, we insert a line, straight line of say 60 mm. Now, not because we need this line, but we want to use to get something, okay? But it's more or less a professional job. Now, we do what we call offsets, because we just want to use it as to get the middle. How do offset? See offset here, you click on these two, okay? And maybe your offset distance of say 6, let's say cm, okay? You click, and that is it, and this and this. Now, I've gotten it. I can decide to trim it. Somebody may say, why do you put that in at the middle? It's just for us to let us get what we want. Alright. Then the next to that is to go to the test stage of the drawing. Put a rectangle. Say the dimension. Okay, let's take it as 60 by 20. Then you put a rectangle. And sorry, okay, say it's dimension of what? 60 by 20. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we got it. The next thing is to move it. How do you move it? Select the object first. Come to modify. I've told you modify is an action-based tool. Pick it up. Snap the middle and move it and insert it at the middle. Let's see. Yeah, I put it exactly at the middle of the object. Then the next step is to insert the second part of the third stage, which at this time I think is at this stage is 80 by 20. We go to rectangle again. Okay, go to empty space, draw rectangle, but don't click. If you click, you assume the shape that is already there. But you need 80 by what? 80 by 20. Okay, so we've got this. Then the next is to move it. Select it first, go to modify. This is the sign for move. Pick it at the middle and insert it there. Now we've got it now. The next one, I want to go to the last stage of the work. Don't mind the way it looks. We're just going to somewhere very soon. We're going to take we're going to see the entire diagram. Pick up this original shape we're trying to achieve. Very important. Okay, then we'll get the bigger circle, the bigger rectangle, which let's assume is 3. Okay, what dimension do we take now? Say 3. Okay, any dimension of the choice. Any dimension of the choice. It mustn't be. Okay, we'll take dimension of the big rectangle as 340 by 150. Alright, so we go to empty space, 340 by 150. You say enter. Yeah, we got it now. Now we take it to the exact center, because it's very important to get the exact center. Okay, let's be sure of what we're doing. Take this one out here, then take it up again. I want to move it by pinning it at the center. This is the center. Then snap the center of this one. Yeah, we've got it now. Okay. The next to do is to insert a straight line, both vertical and horizontal, because we want to capture the exact center of this drawing. We want to capture the exact center. So what do? I pick it up here. Alright, snap to this place. And snap to this place. Got it. Then go to you see how I get line? I click on line. The best way to learn is to follow the cursor pointer where it points per time. Then next to that is to offset this horizontal 30 mm top, 30 mm bottom. Let's see how it goes. How do we offset? This is the offset tool. Pick it up here and specify 30 and click on it. It goes. Click on this and that is it. The next again is to repeat the same, but in this case 40 top and 40 bottom. Alright, then the next thing again is to offset this one. You take it, let me get the exact one. Alright, the next one is to offset this middle 160 to the right. Remember, the entire length is 150, so half of it is going to be 70. So if I offset this 160 to the right, from the edge it's going to be 10 meters if you're coming towards the left. Alright, so that is it. I try to offset it now. You pick it up, offset as I've said earlier, you put 60, enter. Pick it up, sorry. Okay, the dimension from this middle to the edge is actually 170 because the entire length is 340. So I need to offset this one 160 to the right, and that gives us 160, enter. Pick it up, and that is that. And that is it for this one. Next to this is to insert various curves at the lower part of the tab, and by doing that we're going to make use of circles a lot. Now we have different kind of circles, okay? It all depends on location. For instance, if you have a tool, a particular command, and you have a drop beside it or below it, it simply means that you have other things you can access from that particular point. So you have access to that. All you need to do is click on the drop. As you can see, in the case of circle, when you click the drop, you're going to see different types of circles. So it depends on location at time. But this time around, I want to make use of a circle that will pass through two tangents. Okay, then we'll have a contact with a straight line. So I think this is the best suitable circle. But before then, I want to trim this stuff, get it up, because this is not needed. Alright, I want to insert a curve here. As you can see from the measure, there's a curve here. You know, someone may ask why all these protocols is for us to get something neat, because in engineering drawing we talk about accuracy, neatness and exactness. So that is that. You click on this, I pick up this circle that is the most suitable. I snap this straight line, I snap this, then I can give it a radius, maybe 50 or 40 depending. Then I've got it, okay? Now, the next is to eliminate this unwanted part. You know, I don't want the entire circle. All I want is the curve at the edge. So how do I go about that? I'll eliminate the unwanted part by going to modify, then click on trim. See what happens now. It gives me the sharp curve that I want. So that is that. Now I can decide to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, but it's not necessary. I can mirror this, or better still, let me just do it for teaching sake. I can come and get rid of this place as well. Get it off. Get it off. Now I can use the same circle again. Snap this place. Snap this place. And still use the same 40 and I've got it. Okay. And I use this trim to remove it and I've gotten it. Or alternatively, I can decide to do what we call mirror. Okay. Now somebody will say, how do I remove it? I simply did undo 2 times. Or I can use this arrow here, that is undo 2. So to get that, all I need to do is click on this already established tool element and go to mirror. Okay, what is the mirror? You know, the essence of this is to teach you how to manipulate with various tools that shape tool of your interest. Then it works with the center point. When you select the object you want to mirror, then click the command. When you activate the command, then you have to center it. On doing that, you have this, the first one top, the second one down. You say okay, then ask your question, yes or no. It simply means, do you want to remove the original one or do you want to retain it? I want to retain the same no, and that is that. So many ways to go about it. So very quickly, okay, the next part of the drawing is to do some trimmings, at least to make the object gradually start conforming to the image of our interest. So if that is the objective, then we're going to start trimming to remove some unwanted parts. Alright, we have this. I don't think we need this. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this part, it's not needed. Right, this part is not needed. I think I'm right. Okay, for now I'm going to leave it. This part is not needed here. I think I'm right. Okay, but before then, let's offset the middle to get the actual hole where the water will come out from. And that will take us a distance of 60, I think so. If I'm not mistaken. Take this. No, okay, let me. Okay, we'll have to set this middle vertical circle straight line here to a distance of 110 to the left. So I click, select the line, pick up my offset, then type in the distance I want, and that is that. So I want it to be left, not right. Okay, sorry, the snap tool is on. So I pick it up, sorry, I put. Okay, so that is that. You click offset, select the. Okay, so you select the offset, pick up the tool you want, specify distance, and that gives us this. Then we can always do some trimming very fastly. Alright, you trim the parts you don't want. I don't want here. I don't want here. I don't think this is needed. This two are not needed. Okay. I can leave it for now. Then I can trim this zone. Yeah. Then okay, so that's okay. Trimming. Then I don't need this place here. I don't need this place. I don't need this place. Alright. Okay, very quickly, the trimming continues until we get the desired shape of what we want. Desired shape of our interest. So that is we'll continue trimming it. Okay, next guide, we get rid of this. This is not needed, and then this is not needed. This is not needed, okay, so then we may not need the top, but before then we can always insert our circle. Now how do you go about the circle? Okay, I think the major step to take now, reasonable enough, is to insert the circle that will produce the needed curve at the lower part of the next part of the tab. That is in the front of the tab. So how do we get about that? We come to this place. We go back to circle because we need circle that will pass through line. Okay, I will snap this. I want it to be inserted at this point. The next is any point here. Maybe give it the bigger radius. Maybe 90 or 80 depending on the choice. Now our trimming continues. I haven't decided if I can continue with the trimming, but one has to be careful to avoid getting rid of the required area. Okay, the trimming continues. The trimming continues, and that is that. We continue the trimming. Alright, we watch the trimming, and that is it. Any careless execution of command can mess up the diagram, so you have to be careful. Alright, this is not needed. This is not needed. Somebody may ask which to. Sometimes trimming acts as though it's deleting, but it's actually not deleting, it's cutting up. Okay, now you can see the use of the whole line to help us get the exact shape of our interest. You have to be careful in what you're doing, otherwise you mess up the entire step. Okay, now we've got this. I can always trim up this, and this, and this. Now the shape is coming out gradually, and this, and this. Then I can always get rid of all this trash inside this place. Yeah, I can open up this space, or then I can leave it, depending. Okay, it's open. I can open it up. Yeah, so we're coming gradually. Alright, but then we need to insert a curve at this middle. Alright, we mistakenly removed our vertical line, which will still be needful. So let's put it back. You know, I told you when you're trimming, you have to be careful so you don't remove important part. Alright, I will need this for insertion of the circle, but this time around I just need center reduce circle. I don't need tangent. Okay, I just want to insert a circle this place. Maybe take dimension. Let me have any choice. Maybe say 40. Okay, as you can see, I can always change it if it doesn't work out, but just for teaching purpose. Now it just enables us to get the curve at the edge. So you trim your wide part. You get rid of this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Alright. Now this is not the actual shape we want, because you can see in the original one you have kind of curves at the edge. Okay, so how do you get about putting up this curve? You can see curved edges. Now see how it's done. You select our fillet. You can see it in modified tool. Put here. Then you can put radius of your choice. Maybe then just use 5 and see what happens. I can put 5 here and see. Alright. Now if you work these two edges now, 1 and 2, the they're not the same. Why? Because fillet was applied in it, and I can use that same again. Let's see what happens if I can wash it. Okay, now I've got it. I use the same specification to put the edge on it. Sorry, my mouse is funny. And that is that. And that again. And producing the edge at various edges using the fillets. Okay, you can do as many as you want. Just for you to know the principle behind what you're doing. Okay, let me apply another fillet at this point. In this case, let me make it 10. Let's see what happens. A bigger radius at this edge. I don't want it to be sharp. Okay, I think it's better. Then let's see, apply at this edge. And that is that. I think we've got something clean. Then the last one is to add its effects. Okay, but before then we can want to add kind of hole at the mouth. How do I go about that? Go to sphere, not second now, go to sphere, ellipse, okay, and click and insert that. I can now trim this place to make it look original. I can trim it more. I can trim it more to make it look original. Then to make it have effect, I can come to this draw, pick what to call hatch. Okay, now you can browse and then use the exact hash property we have there. You can use anything of your choice just for teaching purpose. You can use any stuff at all, any hash of your choice. Alright, so see where you get it from here. You click on this and make time to browse. Okay, let's see. The assignment now is for you to get the exact one you want. All the things you will need to find inside this place. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Alright, so you can play around with it. You want to add effect on it. This is where you get it from. So your job is go through all the hash properties here and you get the exact one that will actually apply here, and you can always fix it there. And many of them here, can make your choice here. But let me just take this one. Sorry, before you apply another one, I have to delete it. Alright, okay, let me just pick any one. Alright, so this is what I want. I can now hash it. So try and get the one that was used here. Now mind you, I need to remove this straight line in the middle. It may not be needful, or I can leave it. Then in that case I keep on using hashing. Yeah, I can decide to do this, and that is that. Enter and you're good to go. So that is how I got the chart. Now the difference is in the hashing. I don't have that kind of time now. Go to hash, find out this particular shape, click on it and insert, and that is that. Thanks. Get you up again in the next drawing. You can practice this. Okay, but just a second option to get exactly the picture we had from the original, from the beginning. You can repeat this, the hashing style, if you don't like the one of them. But I actually did it just for you to exercise yourself and try other possible hashing styles. Alright, let's go back. You come to this place and click that. From the draw menu, you click on the hatch and go to arc patch. Think so. Arc patch. Yeah, that's it. Pick it up. Alright, set it to set 3. Alright, that's it. You click on it. Click on it. You just click the enclosed area. Alright, before you can see, and after say enter. Now, mind you, it's not hashing because it's an enclosed area, yeah, but it must not have any form of breaking. For instance, you have something like this. If I have something like this, let me explain what I mean. If I have something like this, sorry, if I have an opening, okay, let me just say I have opening like this. Sorry, let me off this now. If I have opening like this, good, and maybe I perforate one edge, it will be difficult to hatch. Okay, if I try to apply this here, it will work. Watch. You see, it won't. Why? Because it's not enclosed. So for it to work in this place, it's supposed to be what? It's supposed to be an enclosed area. Just as I have it now, it's closed now. I can now hatch. I can remove this stuff and take. So take note of that. It must be an enclosed area. You can see it now. So why I didn't hatch initial time was because it has an opening. Alright, so for it to accept the command, the entire perimeter of the object must be closed. There shouldn't be any form of opening. That's how it goes. Now thank you very much. I'll meet you again in the next modeling class. Thanks.